Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Open Debate. My name's Elder, and I will be your host for this evening, this afternoon, or this morning, whenever you choose to be watching this live stream if you cannot make it to be here in person. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are all well, and I can only assume that you're doing much better than the actor here, JUSSIE SMOLLETT. Yes, so if you tuned in last night, you are well aware that the police were looking to charge him, JUSSIE SMOLLETT, with a Class 4 felony. It turns out this morning he reportedly turned himself into the police and has now been arrested. We're seeing live updates coming from CNN and Fox News, all sorts of different outlets, and I thought that I would just bring you a little bit of information and share with you what's happening so far in the case of JUSSIE SMOLLETT hoaxing another hate crime. So, Empire actor JUSSIE, this is coming from CBC News. Empire actor JUSSIE SMOLLETT staged hate crime on himself to promote his career, police say. So this is the angle that they're going with. SMOLLETT, 36, turned himself into Chicago police early Thursday morning. Empire actor JUSSIE SMOLLETT staged a racist and homophobic attack on himself because he was unhappy about his salary and wanted to promote his career, Chicago police superintendent said Thursday. SMOLLETT also sent a racist, homophobic, and threatening letter to the Fox studio lot where he works in Chicago before the attack, this dude said. The actor turned himself in and was arrested early Thursday to face accusations that he filed a false police report when he told authorities he was attacked in Chicago by two men who hurled racist and anti-gay slurs and looped a rope around his neck, police said. He took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career. And this is a true fact. This is something that we've discussed in great detail, just how disgusting that type of behavior is. And I'm glad that we are finally seeing something being done about this. So, I just love to know what you guys think and what you want to see happen or what you think should come from this. I know that we discussed it a little bit last night, but with this updated detail here of him actually turning himself in, it was interesting to see. I was wondering what his plan was, what he was doing. I said earlier today to somebody that he's probably just been spending the last few days enjoying life because he knew what was about to eventually come down. So this publicity stunt was a scar that Chicago didn't earn and certainly didn't deserve. Listen to that. All these are quotes from this statement here. Let's listen to what that has to say. I will pause the music and we will give this a listen.
So this morning, I come to you not only as the superintendent of the Chicago Police Department, but also as a black man who spent his entire life living in the city of Chicago. I know the racial divide that exists here. I know how hard it's been for our city and our nation to come together. And I also know the disparities, and I know the history. This announcement today recognizes that Empire actor JUSSIE SMOLLETT took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career. I'm left hanging my head and asking why. Why would anyone, especially an African-American man, use the symbolism of a noose to make false accusations? How could someone look at the hatred and suffering associated with that symbol and see an opportunity to manipulate that symbol to further his own public profile? How can an individual who's been embraced by the city of Chicago turn around and slap everyone in this city in the face by making these false claims? Smollett attempted to gain attention by sending a false letter that relied on racial, homophobic, and political language. When that didn't work, Smollett paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process. And why? This stunt was orchestrated by Smollett because he was dissatisfied with his salary. Let me reiterate again. You know, you all heard me say consistently that we were treating Mr. Smollett like a victim, and we did. We might have had some peculiarities with the case, as we do with most cases. So it wasn't until the 47th hour of their 48-hour hold time that we could legally hold him in custody that it took a change. So we gave him the benefit of the doubt up until that 47th hour. But when we discovered the actual motive, quite frankly, it pissed everybody off, you know, because we have to invest valuable resources. A lot of what I want you all to really understand is when you all put things out there into the universe that's not actual facts, then it causes us to have to chase all that stuff down. Those are resources and time spent that we'll never get back, that we could utilize for another investigation.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy to see this sort of type of thing be going. I'm at a loss for words, and I've said it multiple times here. Like, what am I to say? What am I said it from the beginning. If this was if this was to be a fake incident, then it would be absolutely detrimental to the individuals who really do need the type of support that he was trying to gain. And I've seen so many people still trying to not necessarily drive the narrative, but instead of owning up to the mistake of saying that perhaps we fell too far into this narrative or played into the card, they're looking for ways out of the situation, which is never a proper way to do things, in my opinion. So, the whispers about Smollett's account of the attack started with reports he had not fully cooperated with police after telling authorities he was attacked. Detectives in a city full of surveillance cameras could not find video of the alleged beating. Later, 2 brothers were taken into custody for questioning, but were released after 2 days, with police saying they were no longer suspects. So, we're going to look back on this, and we're all going to remember it. It could be a movie. You could make a movie out of this. Too bad he just probably won't be playing himself. Johnson said Smollett paid the brothers $3,500 US to stage the attack. We just heard the police chief there say that. I believe it was the chief. I'm not sure. Yeah. And they wore gloves during the attack. They punched him a little bit. He had some scratches and bruising on his face. Most likely self-inflicted, which is, you know, if you paid your friends to come and help beat you up, you know, you think that you may potentially actually get beat up a little bit. But if they didn't even beat him up and he just did it himself, that's even worse. that's even worse. Following 3 weeks of mounting suspicion, Smollett was charged Wednesday with felony disorder. Sorry, guys. Following 3 weeks of mounting suspicion, Smollett was charged Wednesday with felony disorder conduct, a charge that, if were found guilty, could bring up to 3 years in prison and force the actor, who is black and gay, to pay for the cost of the investigation into his report. That's a really strange way to phrase things. Could bring up to 3 years in prison and force the actor, who is black and gay, by the way, just to let you all know, he is black and gay. Johnson said the case made him angry and that he was concerned it might create public skepticism about other reports of hate crimes, but emphasized that the Chicago police would continue to take such reports seriously and investigate them with vigor. Which is something that I don't think Smollett took as serious as he should in the first place. He should have realized that they were going to get to the bottom of what happened. Smollett should apologize to the city Smollett should apologize to the city and then be man enough to offer what he should offer up in terms of all the resources that were put into this. Which is true. There were so many resources put into this, so many man hours, people dedicating their lives over the past few days or weeks into this situation. Smollett's lawyers have said they will fight the charge against their client. Not too sure how. I'm not sure what their angle will be, but in a statement on Wednesday, attorney Todd Pugh and Victor Henderson said Smollett enjoys the presumption of innocence, particularly when there has been an investigation like this. Particularly when there has been an investigation like this one, where information, both true and false, has been reportedly leaked. In less than a month, the 36-year-old changed from being the seemingly sympathetic victim of a hate crime to being accused of fabricating the entire thing. Which is very true. That is exactly what happened. That's exactly how things went. In less than a month, he went from being the seemingly sympathetic victim of a hate crime to being accused of fabricating the entire thing. The felony charge emerged on the same day detectives of two brothers testified before a grand jury. The detectives, you guys get it. Smollett's attorney met with the prosecutors and police, but it was unknown what they discussed or whether Smollett attended the meeting. The announcement of the charges followed a flurry of activity in recent days, including a lengthy police interviews of the brothers, a search of their home, and their release after officers cleared them. So yeah, that's like, you know what I mean? That's where we're at. I don't really want to spend too much more time investigating this or like spending resources or time or energy into this situation. I just thought that I would bring this to you guys and just do like this, I guess, final update for now. We'll see what ends up happening, but I'm sure that you will be getting that thrown in your face from all sides, everywhere in the media. So stay tuned if you want to check out some more live streams. I'm going to be streaming again this evening. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this story, guys. I do not think that I have too much more to say on this subject. So, as for now, my name's Elder. Be your own hero, kids.